Hey, how's it going? My name's Andrew. I'm the admin or moderator, I guess, of the Wheel Camper ProjectM group on Facebook. If you guys want to learn more about these sweet toppers, you can go ahead and search Project M, and you'll find us. We're one of the only groups. There's lots of awesome build outs, and you can see how everyone does their own way because they come as a show. So I'm gonna kind of go over my truck. I get questions all the time of me, little certain things, and I'm just gonna try to go over some of those things instead of talking to all these people. So essentially, I have a 2007 Toyota Tacoma. It's 4-cylinder stick shift. It barely feels the Project M when it's empty. When it's full, you feel it. We're gonna come on in a little bit, and I can kind of show you what I've done to it. So when I bought it, essentially the only additions I got were the powered roof vent, and I got an extra window on the side, and then I got the Yakima rails on top, so I was able to mount a solar panel easier. The last time I did this video, I kind of talked about my electrical box. I guess the wind was blowing like crazy, so I'm just going to kind of go into that a little detail. So this is my electrical box right here. It just goes up to here. It houses the battery, the inverter, and most of the sink. The battery is way in the back up in there. It's a lithium Lion Energy battery. It's a 100 amp hour battery, so essentially the same as two 100 deep cycle batteries because you're able to kill it all the way. Right here is an inverter. It's a 1500 watt 2000 peak or 3000 peak. Under there's the sink. I'll get up in there and I'll show you all that. And then on this side is the pump for it. Let's see. People ask me how the bathroom essentially works. Let's get this in focus. The bathroom just kind of goes under here. You just kind of pull this rug up. Got a bunch of dog toys in the way, and you pull out your bathroom. Obviously, we only go number 1 in there because number 2 is pretty annoying to clean out. So number 1 is easy just to dump that out or whatever. We have a bunch of storage under there. I have a table. I have a whole pack of waters. I have some levelers just in case we're on some really unlevel surface. I guess we can start talking about those boxes. So I use these modular boxes I got from IKEA. Essentially, you can just pack them full of stuff, and I put them everywhere. So I have like a box for getting ready for bed. I have a box for food, seasoning, toiletries, repairs, and I just kind of put these boxes everywhere. They fit pretty nicely. I have a couple on this side for some of the canned goods and all that. So for I guess we can start talking about the sink. So the sink, essentially, this is the water tanks for the sink. It's a 2 7-gallon fresh water tank, so it's 14 gallon. And then I have a 5-gallon gray water tank that essentially I put under the truck. I'll show you guys that later. For the stove, I just keep this propane tank in here. It's just kind of bungee corded down, and as long as all your fittings are nice and tight, you'll have no problems. I don't really recommend sleeping with it all hooked up, but you can do whatever you want. On this side's a couch that I built. It's a mess right now because we have a dog. Essentially, this couch can be unhooked right here. You just unlatch this right here, and it slides out another maybe 6 inches, and then this can fall down a little bit, and it creates a really large sleeping area just in case I need to accommodate a guest. Let's see, the foams I bought from Amazon. I just cut it to fit. For my bed, I bought a bed from IKEA. Essentially, it's a sectional bed where you can take the sections out as your kid grows, and so I used the different sections. This is actually one of the sections for the bed that I didn't need. Let's see, what else people ask me about. You can come on up in here and so I can show you the sink and stuff. I don't feel like doing any editing. So we're like real world right now. We're out in Kings Canyon, national park, seeing what all the hubbub is about. If you want to kind of stand maybe over there so you can record. So this is my flush mounted sink. Everything I built obviously from scratch. I was able to score this from someone off Craigslist for pretty cheap. Folds down flat, and then you have I have a little switch down here to actually arm it, and then it's variable, so you can have just a tiny trickle all the way to a full stream. It's pretty loud, so there's that. For the stove, I just have this Eureka Camp Plus. Works pretty good, fits perfectly in this little spot, and I can pull it out if I'm not using the stove, and if I want to cook outside, it just essentially the whole thing just gets dragged out. Everything gets held down with bungee cords. There's a series of bungee cords holding most of the stuff down. You want to go up here? Okay. For my refrigerator or cooler, it's a Domatec. I think it's a 35 or 39 liter fridge. Super efficient. Takes like less than a 55 watt light bulb when it's running. Works pretty good. And this little table here, if you want to go stand on that side. I don't feel like doing any editing, so it's all going to be one shot. This little table I found from IKEA. Totally recommend it. You can mount it kind of wherever you like. It's for their like couches or something, a little side table for their couch, but it was like 30 bucks, and you know, you just really slight modification. Essentially, you add some extra wood on the bottom to make up that, and you're able to have a little table you can move around. It also comes out really easily, so you can, you know, stow it away if you're not going to use it. And then the bracket is, I mean, barely noticeable, and it fits in pretty good. The vent fan, I guess we can go over. Click a button, it turns on automatically. If it senses rain, it was raining a while ago, I don't think it's raining right now. If it senses rain, it'll close, so that's really handy if you're forgetful like me. You can turn it down and up and all that. You can change the rotation of it if you want it to blow in or out. I have down here, I guess, under the sink, instead of using, you know, normal wooden cabinets that take up a lot of space, I decided to go with these plastic cabinets that they were pretty good. They hold all our stuff, you know, all of our goodies in there, and they weigh nothing. So, you know, I try to go as light as possible with this build. Obviously, because we have a 4-cylinder Tacoma. Look at my little doggies in the corner. She's a camp dog. She was just in the river earlier, and she had a good time. All right, go over there, and I think I want to show them how to close this door, because I get a lot of questions all the time. So I'm charging my little DVD player here, but I'm going to show you how I close the door. I just kind of, you know, reached down and grabbed the tailgate and lift it up and shut it. And then I like to grab this black strap right here, and what I like to do is grab this one with this hand and bring it in. So now you're pulling that latch, and then at the same time as you're holding this strap, you're going to pull this strap, this latch. So now both latches are being pulled, as you can see that, and you're going to bring it in, and then with a little more force you can actually pull on this black strap here. So just make sure it's, you know, all nice and tight, and then you just let it go. Essentially, if you want it locked, before you do all of that, you just go on the outside, turn the key to the lock position, and shut it, and you're in here. And then once you want to get out, you just pull on these two latches and give it a little push, and then essentially you can lift it up and drop the tailgate. Pretty easy. Well, it's starting to rain. I wonder if that'll close automatically. We'll see. What else? Anything else I missed? The sink is self-explanatory. It's just essentially a pump in the corner. All these run through the truck. I have, you know, the piping to go to the tanks, and then the other piping actually goes through the bed of the truck, down like under the wheel well, and that one is actually going into like a little 5-gallon down here, which we can show you real quick. So it's just sitting down there, and it just goes right in there, and then, you know, it's a garden hose fitment, so you just take it off. Alright, I think that's about it. Oh, my curtain rods, people ask me about. They're magnetic, so essentially you buy these black pieces of metal. They're just sticky black pieces of metal. They have kind of a hard time sticking to the ProjectM, so you can put like some shoe goo on there. Works really good. Shoe goo, look that up. And then the curtains are just magnetic, and they just stick on, and then you can do whatever you want. 4 curtains all the way around. This corner, the fridge is blocked by a little piece of wood because, I mean, when you go on some really off-road, rough trails, you really don't want that fridge moving at all. It's tied down pretty well, but just in case it does get to wiggle free, it'll bash into that instead of the window. Things you want to look out for. Yeah, that's about it. If you guys have any more questions, or if you guys want to learn more about the Wheel Camper ProjectM, go ahead and search up the group on Facebook. Just go to the group section and type in Wheel Camper ProjectM, and you'll find us. You'll see the camper, you'll see the picture of the teal camper. Alright guys, catch you next time.